I want to give out this letterhead template for free, and this is how to go about it. But before we get into it, let me close Illustrator so that we can all start afresh. Okay, so I'm going to my downloaded files. Once you download from Gumroad, this is what you're going to get: the Illustrator file, a Microsoft Word file, and a preview in JPEG format. So when you open that, you're going to see how the letterhead will look. Okay, so let me close that. The first thing, let's open this Illustrator file. It's fully editable. You can change everything as I stated in the description. So once you have this open, first off, I have used my, what do you call it, my pattern in the background. You may want to replace this with your own. Please note that the opacity is at 3 because we want it to be non-destructive. So we don't want it maybe blocking out some content for your letters and official documents. So you can delete this, obviously, if you want to do away with it, that is, or replace it with your own. Again, these elements are all editable. This is my logo. So assuming that you wanted to change the color of this particular object, you can click this and choose a color of your own, okay, or use the eyedropper tool and pick a color from anything. This could be from a shape outside here, because you can use different shapes to put the colors, your brand colors, in place, which you'll be using throughout the design. So once you have your desired colors, you can go ahead and make the changes, make these adjustments as you please. Please observe the margins, both the top and the bottom, so the document is one size. The next thing is the logo. You want to replace these with your own logo, so you can delete this and drag your logo right here. And assuming that you did not have a logo, I'll just do maybe a name. So let me drag this out here, and you can add something like, if your name is Mike, for instance, you can have Mike right there. Okay, of course you're going to use a different font to make it look a bit neat and presentable. This is also based on your preference. You could also assume that this is your logo and make some customizations, but if you have your logo already done, it will be drag and drop. Okay, so since this logo is smaller, you can extend this object. And the reason why I have this guide here is because in Microsoft Word, I'll show you later, I've set the text to start from this point, so I want that aligned to the logo. Okay, I don't want things maybe looking messy, and you might have the same text as me, so you can adjust that and also change the color of this. So you're going to use your brand colors. Okay, once you do, at the bottom here, this element is also editable. Go ahead and use that color or a color of your choice. Again, the icons, everything down here, I've grouped them together so that I can use the same color. White will do because there is some great contrast. Okay, so if you select the type tool, you're going to be able to replace these with your contact details. Same thing as your email. You're going to type it out and you'll have your email address right there, and your website. Okay, now assuming that I am satisfied with the result and I want to export this, we're going to save this as a PNG file. Let me check if I named this artboard. Yeah, I always name my artboard. So by selecting the artboard tool, I'm going to highlight the artboard, double click here and save this as Mike A4 letterhead. Okay, I'll show you why I do that. So we have that. This of course is the bleed, what you can see around this letterhead. So if I go ahead and select save as, you're going to save this in a different file location so that you don't mess up things. So let me just save it in the desktop. So we'll have mic letterhead. You're going to use a name of your choice. And there we go. We now have the Illustrator file saved. So we now want to export this as a clean PNG. So you'll go to File, Export, Export As. From this drop down, PNG is already selected, so I'm going to save it in the desktop. And instead of mic letterhead, I can just have an underscore because it's going to pick the name from the artboard. Okay, yeah. So I have this underscore. It will be underscore mic F4 letterhead template, or mic F4 letterhead, because now this is your official name, and click export. And then from here, I leave the resolution at 300 pixels or points per inch, and change the background color to transparent, and click OK. So that is already saved in the on the desktop. So if I go back to my file manager and open the Microsoft Word document, you will now see my previous template. So double click this image to highlight it, right click on it and change picture from a file. So what you're going to do is select the document which you just exported, which is the mic letterhead, and there you go. You can start typing anything. You can paste in dummy checks to test out how this looks. Yeah, okay, yeah. So if you do that, you're going to have your letterhead right there. You can have your signature at the end of this letterhead. You can use it in your official document. So it's well sized, and if you realize that this part is faded, you can always press the Ctrl or Command P to open the print preview. So you can see when you print it, everything will be visible. So thank you for watching. That is a free letterhead template that I've made it available for you on Gumroad. Download it. The link is in my description. And please remember to give me a rating and any feedback. See you in our next upload.